Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's a random Wednesday stream. I don't know why we're choosing today, but we're doing it. We are going to play some PLO, and then in less than an hour, we're going to. Um, we're going to fire up a Turbo PKO. We flop bottom two pair, which in pot limit Omaha tends to be worthless. But yep, we're gonna do some PLO followed by a PKO. I think this is a fold, being out of position and early configuration. But yeah, just felt like it today. Been meaning to do something the last couple of days. We got some Broadway cards. Fantastic. Nobody else has shown any aggression. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's make this count. That 10 is actually very valuable, and that flush draw is very valuable as well. So we got some great cards, and we'll take it down. Was it a check raise? I don't know. Nines, suited ace. That 4 is not great, but it's not disconnected. Let's see a flop. I'm going to try to run through my mindset here. My thoughts, my thought progressions. I think nines are enough to see a flop. We didn't flop we did flop a pair, but we have a middle-ish pair, second pair. I don't think we flopped enough equity. That backdoor flush draw is really what we would need. A 9 on the turn would help, but hey, we get aces. We get aces. We're not suited, but they are offsuit to our other two suited cards, and these cards do connect. The jack connects to an ace. The 3 connects to an ace. So they're not great aces, but they're not bad. So let's see. We have a really big stack at this table. This guy has probably been sitting for a while, just running like God. So let's see if we can do the same. One thing with PLO that we might not see that the pacing's a little different, and we might not see in a hold'em game. Top set. Top set. We don't block the nut straight. We could check this and see if our opponent wants to bet at it. Oh, that is such a terrible turn card. I think we just got to slow down here and... Ugh. I don't think we're losing. I think we're winning. Yeah, I don't think he flopped anything, but I don't think we're going to get value either way. That stinks. I hate flopping top set and not being able to do anything with it, especially out of position. But we started off with a couple of small pots, so always better to be on the plus side of things. I've been jumping into games here and there. I'm getting a little bit better. I kind of like cash PLO online. I haven't tried it live. I do. I don't know, with Hold'em, with online Hold'em, or maybe it's the website. I don't know, because I play PLO on. I dabble on global sometimes here and there, and it's just. I don't know if it's the player pool or if it's a site, whatever. It's monsters under the bed. Like, I always run into the nuts. I always run into a slightly better hand, and it's just so tilting. And it's so tempting too, because the rakeback is really unparalleled there at the 30% for cash games, and then all the other benefits you get by playing cash, like playing ring games on global. You get the entry into the other tournaments, or the cheap entry into like the daily hundos, daily 5 hundos, the daily bonanza, all that stuff. But I don't know. I haven't found it, like, all of that considered, I haven't found it to be profitable enough to grind consistently, and it just ends up upsetting me. And yeah, so just not down with it. This isn't a bad hand in the big blind. I don't think the ace is offsuit, so a 10 high flush isn't gonna be great. It's kind of like an if we need it scenario, where we're all in against like top set and we might just need backdoor equity. But yeah, not great. We flop a gut shot. Uh, yeah, and we fold. Remember, robust equity. Robust. We want everything to be robust. But I think the reason why I chose tonight to stream, number one, I don't want to say itching to stream the last few days. I've thought I've had plans to do it, but then one thing leads to another. Whether I get tired, or wife and I decide to do something else, or just other things in life that get in the way. Which is, I'm not saying they're getting in the way like they shouldn't be. Like, just things in life come up and you got to deal with them, and it's fine. Flop middle pair, backdoor, flush draw, gut shot, not enough to continue. If we had like Queen Jack or something, yeah, watch it get there. No, okay, ten's full. Well, it didn't get there because we would have lost to a boat. Yeah, this guy's just raking it. $25 game and he's up 150. I would assume, unless he, was down a couple buy-ins. But either way, that's got to be a massive profit. Hope he doesn't just turn into a black hole and suck up the whole table. But hey, whatever. We're gonna play this for like probably another half hour or so, because I do want to play another Bet Online tournament. And we can go over more about Bet Online later. But I will say this about it. I do like the desktop site. I think it presents very well. I think I keep forgetting if I streamed it or not. I want to say I found that there's like a couple of different like table layouts, table themes. I thought they like totally changed it, but it turns out there's two different layouts, and then you can customize each one. I kind of like the one I just found. It reminds me a lot of the GG Poker interface, and I do like it. I think it presents very well. The cards, like the way the cards are, is a little bit cartoony, but it's okay. See, I like the run of cards here, but this ace is just the ace. It's one of the rare cases where the ace is actually the dangler. It's good to have an ace, but it doesn't connect with anything in any way. No wheel, no Broadway, nothing. Low trash. So, yeah, I've been meaning to do more Bet Online. I like their tournament structures. I think they have shorter late reg periods for a lot of their tournaments. Decent enough guarantees. Payouts. Their payouts are perfect. Global and Global and Bet Online probably have the best payout structure, with ACR not too far behind. ACR does pay out a significant amount of the field in a lot of their events, but that's mainly because their fields are so large, so they're going to pay out more, where like you just don't see too many small fields in general, and they probably do pay out similar to what Bet Online and Global payout, but they just have larger fields. So it's really not, if you make the money in an ACR deep stack, longer, 6 hour, well, maybe not 6, but like a 3 to 4 hour late reg period, you make the money, you're going to get paid. That said, I don't have time to play 8-hour tournaments on ACR. just to just to miss the money and waste 5 hours of my life. Oh, I don't like this, but we are blind versus blind, and what the heck? Yeah, what the heck is right? Yeah. Snap call. We turn two pair. I think it's a check call. River isn't bad. We could maybe put out some kind of a blockish type bet. It's very small. We'll get called by just about anything. Yeah, good enough. Not great value being out of position. This isn't bad. This is what we want. We want a pair that's offsuit to an ace king. The only thing is I kind of wish it was ace queen of hearts. I'm not going to repop it only because I'm not confident enough in my post flop ability. But I kind of wish it was the ace queen of hearts. Um, oof. Just because, yeah, we see a flop. Just because it would unblock the king high flush. But okay, I mean, there are better flops than that, but I think we might just have to go to the rails with this one. Go to the go to the river. I think the question then is, do we get it in now with all this equity? I mean, it's not tons and tons of equity. We don't have the flush draw yet. I think we're in position so we can just call. That's not a great card. That doesn't help us at all. And that puts us all in. Oh man. Maybe the move was getting it in on the flop. We what do we have? We have an ace, three aces, three kings, um, four nines. Does a jack give us a straight? I mean, there we just have so much here. We can really go for it. I don't know. Yeah, we might have to give it a shot here. We held. That held. That was. Oh man, we were ahead. I figured he at least had a queen. I mean, come on. That's just ignition for you. I mean, once we counted everything out, an ace, a king, a nine, a jack. I mean, we did have a ton of equity with the straights and no pair on board. What did he have? He had ace, king. Yeah, he had a 10. He had a 10 and he did no flush. Yeah. So had we jammed flop, we wouldn't have made that. We wouldn't have gotten all that money. And I didn't really consider it, but he was the big stack. Kind of, maybe he felt it was time to start bullying. Eh, Hey, we've all been there, right? You get into that spot where you just have all the chips at a cash table and you start getting loose because you're running so good. It's probably a combination of like winners tilt and um, just being big stacked and maybe thinking you could just bully the smaller stacks and, and put other players in tough spots, which is all fine. All right, we have kings that are offsuit to our other two suited cards. It's pretty good. It's connected enough. We want to see a queen and a jack. I think out of position with kings, we can just call and hope to flop some robust equity. That is not what we call robust. That is actual garbage. But maybe we're up against a hand like queens or the other two kings, and we don't have to face any bets. An offsuit queen on the river would be cool, but there are those fives out there, so that we might be drawing dead to that. Like if our opponent has queen queen 10-9 or 10-8 or something, we're drawing pretty slim. That is one thing I'm trying to work on in this game, and it's just going to come, I think, with more study, which I've been slacking on the study. I feel like every time I read, a little bit more of the book and the books I've been reading, I feel like every time I read more, I pick up more and I get better, but I'm not dedicated enough to it. But the more we play, the more we're going to be able to identify, what our opponent could be holding and what we're potentially up against, and how much equity we have. I do need to probably figure out a way to calculate equities quicker, like I can with Hold'em. We've got aces and sixes, single suit. Ugh. I mean, it's not bad. We can flop. We can. Yeah, those sixes are good for blockers, so we just take it down. I feel like we usually at least have a viewer or two by this point in the stream. Maybe because it's Wednesday and everybody's doing other things besides pokering. We have a top gap single suit. I don't like top gaps because they make less combinations they can make the nuts with, and such is life. Well, hopefully we get some viewers. I am logged in as Poker Bob, right? I sure hope so. No, we're live. Um, I do like suited aces. That's silly. I'm trying to like post it on Facebook, and it's not really working. I gotta figure out how to. Oh, I mean that's not bad, right? King. The eight doesn't make a straight for us. We don't have we're not open ended. We really have a gut shot. Backdoor flush draw. I honestly don't think it's worth a bet. Oh. We turned a set. We turned a set that might not be good. We do block straights. We don't have the backdoor flush draw anymore. That we had the six of diamonds. So as far as anybody that's connected with the board, we're kind of in last place. I shouldn't say that. I mean, there's some two pair. There's plenty of two pairs out there, but as far as what we're gonna get value from, I don't know. This is kind of a bet to just take it down, which I guess I could have gone a little bit bigger, but we've got position now, and we're heads up. Ouch. I don't love that river. Yeah, I think we check it back and we lose. Yeah. Yep. That's fine. Ooh, top gap kind of. I mean, it's not really a. I've made a commitment to. Yep. Oh, we threw away a set, but I have been making a commitment to throw away small pairs, um, because I mean we've got a pot size bet and a call with a player still to act, so we'd be yeah, and that's a really bad turn card for us. I don't know that I could even call that. I probably would have to fold on the flop, so what's the point in that? Top pair, no good. So that is one thing. They say that uh, it looked so good for a brief second, and then I realized that heart next to the ace, is the third king. But is it enough aside from that? Like, do we just? Well, we can't though. I was gonna say, do we just pretend that king is any other heart? a X of hearts, but we can't because that king gets in the way of our premium pair there, and the fact that it's ace king of hearts, it blocks the king high flush draw. So yeah, if that was a queen of hearts or a jack of hearts, fantastic, great. 10 of hearts I would even accept. 9 of hearts would be okay. But I mean, it's a call. It's definitely a call. Maybe the case king will come out. No, it doesn't. We still could be okay. Um, yeah, I mean, and big blind has all the eights. Oh, it's too bad. I do find with PLO that you're definitely entering more pots than Hold'em, at least in my experience. I know like fast fold style PLO exists out there. I don't know that I've played it even, but I know I've seen it, and it is technically on this site, but I don't think it ever gets rolling. I don't think there's really a need. I don't think there's really much of a need to. I don't think there's much of a need to have it be fast fold. Um, Probably just because you can get into hands. You can get into hands relatively often because there's a lot of different types of holdings out there, and depending on your position, you can kind of get into pots. It's six max, so um, yeah, that and equities run so close. Like in fast fold, part of the coolness of it, part of the allure of it, is that you can if you have the patience and the discipline, you could just fold, 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 and only play aces, kings, queens, or ace king, and maybe even not ace king. Speaking of which, that eight really sucks. I don't like that eight. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make it less. I think I'm just gonna only make it 3x. Uh, just because that eight is such a bummer of a card. So we have to we have to we don't have much we don't have much wiggle room here to flop really well. If that eight was a 10 or something, even a nine, yeah. Now we're up against. I mean, I don't want to intentionally lose money, but if we get a fold out of the hijack here, I feel like this button's called off a lot. I don't know. We don't have to invest a lot, but we might be more incentivized to put it in. Yeah, a three bet from a small blind like that. He's a good chance he has aces, although we do have one. Um, oh, I mean, if he's gonna put it in, he's gonna put it in. This is our only chance to get him to fold. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think we thought through that fine. I think we could have folded pre and saved it. Oh, but man, we had him down to four outs. Yeah, well, he had 30% equity. I don't know what else he was there a yeah, he had 30% equity going into the river. So where was it's so frustrating. I mean, we still this is still a very good session for us, but I just okay, diamonds. That three, yeah, that three of diamonds really helped his equity. Okay. Yeah, it is really frustrating. It is really frustrating when you're having a nice you're having a nice session there. You got off to a nice start there with a more than a double up, and then man, you think through the progression. You put them on something. You take your time. You figure out your next move, and then you're right. We're right. We got it on the flop, right? That was our only chance to get him to fold. He should have folded. Picking up those diamonds. That once I saw that though, which I didn't see. Once I saw that his equity ticked up to 30%, I was like, oh no. I mean, I've seen obviously like less than 10% can get there, but now there's a lot to dodge there. I still don't get me wrong. I'd still rather have 70% equity going into the river all day every day, but just sometimes it's just the way it comes out. Oversuited. Probably should fold that, but we are connected. I really hope we don't give our whole give our whole night away here in the next 20-25 minutes. We are going to take a break around 8:35, somewhere between 8:30 and 8:35, because I will have to set up Bet Online on stream here, which I don't know why. I mean, I could do that while we're sitting here. I don't know why I need to take extra time to do that, but I'm a novice at this thing at best. Um, Out of position. This is probably a fold, but I can't help myself sometimes. Jack 10, top two. Top two, backdoor flush draw. It's probably not as likely that the backdoor flush draw gets there. um, I mean, I guess a king, any king is good. Well, not any king. This doesn't feel right. That six is too little, too late. I think, unfortunately, and I think we just got to let it check down and just keep our fingers crossed. We're up against a hand like King Queen. Poorly played. Poorly played. Probably was a bet on the flop, but we get that turn is just so not great. That's on us. I think that's just it. There's a lot of turn cards that weren't good because we didn't really have a wrap. Another fold pre, I think. I think that was another mistake, but I guess we could look at it this way. Obviously money is important. Um, we still have one of the bigger stacks at the table. Um, but the while we're still playing smallish stakes, the goal here really is to learn. I mean, I'm fine if I end up playing $25 PLO for the next year and make, you know, $50 a week playing it, whatever. That might be a lot to ask. $50 a week consistently is not easy to attain. Even though it sounds low, and there's obviously players out there that make way more than that. Consistently being able to make that kind of money week after week, not a lot of players can do it. And I don't think I put in the volume really to be able to do that. I don't know. I do have tens. I mean, I do have something. It's the slimmest of showdown value. I'll take the 95 cents. this guy in the sixth seat here just loves making us sweat. Just loves like preventing showdown. I didn't even look when he jammed that last stand that we dragged our feet in. I didn't even look to see if it got to showdown. I assumed that the other guy folded. I don't know. Am I winning? No. Two pair. Two lousy pair. Um, I mean, I guess was that our rush of cards? We still have at least 15 minutes. We want to play this before we reconfigure and shift over to tournament mode. But I think the progressions and the discipline and there's a lot of similarities to PLO cash and online tournament poker, or maybe not even online. PLO, cash PLO, and tournament Hold'em, tournament Texas Hold'em. There's some similarities, and the games translate well, from what I've been told. So I don't know. We'll try this whole warm up with a PLO game, play a tournament approach. It's so frustrating when you're right. It's so frustrating when you think about when you're going through it and you're right, and then ugh. But yeah, going in, I didn't see what we had for on the equity on the flop. I know it went up to 30%. I want to say maybe it was 20, and then it jumped to 30 on the turn. But we got it in so good with the overpair up against two lower pairs, which I guess is kind of the best you can hope for, because odds are when you get called off, right, like there, if you get called off, someone's going to have queens, like another pair that's lower than yours. But it's usually that plus like a wrap, or plus maybe the backdoor nut flush draw or a low flush draw. Um, so going up against two pair like that, where all he had to go with it was the backdoor diamonds, I mean, we're in such good shape, because really he had four immediate outs, which is such a good spot to be in. But then he picked up the backdoor equity, so now he's got I didn't see. So obviously he had the queen and the seven of diamonds, which would leave another nine diamonds, right? Plus the other two queens, and the other two sevens. So it was nine. It was 13 outs. He had 13 outs on the river. And I can't think of any other outs he would add. What, 3-4? Yeah, I mean his cards weren't connected, so there's no straight. He can't make a straight. Hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It is frustrating when you get it into that spot just for to make it a real night. Like we would have gone. What did we have in our stack? We had 55 ish to start the hand. We were gonna end up with like, or was it 50 ish to start the hand? We would have had over 60 bucks. We're in for 25. We're down to 42. After that hand, I think we've lost like 3 ish bucks since that hand blew up. We're in great shape. Hey, if we bought into this thing and got nothing, and then over the last five minutes, we rolled it up from 25 to 42. Cool. So we can look at it like that. We can kind of get recalibrated here and refocused, and let's see what we can do here. I don't raise queens a lot. I should probably in some more spots. I don't think these are great cards, great side cards. That three is half dangly. I mean, it connects with the queen high flush draws can be good. Won't rule it out, especially if an ace or a king is on the board. And if the king of clubs comes out, Well, that's a great card for us. But we don't have to we don't have to get crazy. We can hope to flop well and then get our money that way. We can under rep our hand. There's certainly spots where you want to play your hands aggressively, but I think under repping queens is fine. Middle, we're in a middle position. Like we don't need to get crazy. Ignition could be really fast or really slow. Um, well, we did flop a king, but it's not the king we wanted. I don't think this is worth stabbing at. Half pot. In some cases, like in a well, it moot now. But I was gonna say in like a hold'em game, if you had king queen and that you check flop and then a bet behind you, you want callers, you want to make a big hand or you want draws to miss and have a play for a big pot in spots like that. But in this game, you kind of almost want everybody else to fold to give you a crack at it heads up. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't think like having more and more hands calling just means you're up against more draws and more players that got a piece of it, like a bigger piece than you. So yeah, things are a little bit backwards in some of these games, or, yeah, between two of these games. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that, but it doesn't really matter because we don't have any viewers. Which is probably something they shouldn't even call out. I mean, people are welcome to watch these after the fact. Um, Blackbird Poker live stream. Where did that come from? Oh, was that? That's odd. Oh, that's no. That's, why is it still Blackbird? Well, I gotta fix that. So I've got tens and sevens double suited. That's pretty cool. 21, 19, 10, 25, 24, 77. Okay. I'm just looking at the thumbnails for my streams and how many views I've been getting. Global Poker Grizzly PKO Global. We're in this. We're in this. I've been my YouTube my posts my YouTube video my YouTube my like recorded vlogs from the fall and into the winter. I feel like some of those got a lot, but it could have just been like one of them I put had like Foxwoods in the title. I think Mohegan might have been another one, and I forget which ones I shared on Facebook. It was only one or two, but I should know this stuff. I should be keeping track of it because that's how you build an audience and that's how you keep everybody engaged. Hey, I mean, we've got two overpairs. That's a big bet. That's a big bet to call. That just screams the nuts. I guess, right? Ace four. Does ace four do that even? Probably. Don't want to see any like connected cards. Um, yeah, we've been running really cold since the tide turned on us there. It's okay though. It's not like it's been a long. It just feels a little bit longer, maybe. It I don't know, or maybe I just want to actually um, win. Maybe I like winning more than anything. I can't understand why I have to sign in the chat. Why it's not directly linked? Like what? No, don't do that. Um, I don't know. I think I probably just need to change my soft my broadcast software. Whatever. Maybe we'll wait till like Friday. Maybe we'll do some sharing on Friday. So yeah, before I mean we're folding this hand. So for I think part of the reason also why I wanted to do Wednesday this week was because I want to do something on Friday. I don't plan to play live this weekend. It's Easter weekend. We don't really need more. I don't need more like added stress. I think I'll be just fine playing in front of a worldwide audience, playing online, getting my fix that way. But Global is doing like a week, 1 week. They've been doing these mini series, which is kind of interesting. I like it. They kind of boost your daily gifts. I haven't been running great on the site, but that's because I've been doing too much dabbling in stupid cash poker, and I really need to just stick to tournaments because I do okay. I mean, I've just been like it's just been up and down in cash, and it's tilting, and it's just annoying. Sometimes though they have you do little like incentives and stuff to get like free entries into satellites for this big tournament. Like so like this so like what they did today, they've been doing like these they haven't been running tournaments all week. They've just been doing these little like, hey, play this, play that, and we'll give you a free ticket to this thing or whatever. And then at the end of the week, like over the weekend, they do a bigger event. The mini series they did a couple weeks ago, whatever that is, around like the week before St. Patrick's Day. I forget what it is already. Um, they did that. They had some bigger events for that I played. I played nightly satellites to the 15K main. Oh, it was a micro series. That's what it was. And they had the satellites to the 15. That's kind of cool. I do more micro series. I don't care. I'll play like, which I didn't get to play. We were kind of busy, and I just was doing those like, they were really cheap, like 11-cent satellites to an $11 tourney, and like so many seats were like 10 seats available. Like it was awesome. Was it that? Was it 50 cents? No, 25 cents. They were 25 cents, right? Weren't they? Yeah, and I got like I was bubble boy one and the one on Friday, and I was just so pissed. I ended up playing the event anyway. It's $11, but I like that. You know, do a weekly $11 15K guaranteed event. The problem is with that for them probably you'd have to promote it a lot. I don't know if there must have did we hit the over? I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go watch because I made it past the late entry period, right? Because we signed up a little bit late. No, we signed up an hour into it. I'm trying to remember though. Did we hit the did we get past late reg? I think we did. And I think there might if there was an overlay, it was small. It was less than 1,000 either way. So I don't know. They could run that. It would probably get in the way of their bigger events, but I feel like anybody who's playing run it concurrently with the main with like a weekly main event. Run it like if you've got a weekly like don't they have $100 like rebuy add on or something like that's their weekly main event? We'll have to look into that. Their Sunday like whatever 4:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock, 100K guarantee or whatever it is. They don't maybe it's not that big on global. I'm gonna pull it up because we're gonna take a break in a few minutes here, so I might as well get this other browser up. I do like how I haven't had to download any software. I just been playing on the websites, and I feel like my computer's just gonna run so much cleaner. It's not gonna like have to work as hard. Tournaments, hold 'em. So what is the main event Sunday? What's Sunday? See, so it's Easter, so I don't know. I mean, it's still there, I guess. 5:30 p.m. Sunday scrimmage. That's what it is. 100K guaranteed. Mystery bounty. Oh, this is the Spring Carnival edition. So I don't know what it normally is, but like I need to pay attention to more of this stuff. See, my problem is I can't do Sunday at 5:30. But this for this week, this is actually what the main event is, and they're doing these satellites to get in. So today's promo was you play any five jackpot sit and go. Play five jackpot sit and goes for cash, like this the sweeps coins. So you play with you do the sweeps, coins, jackpot, sit and go. Do 5 of them, and then you get a free ticket to the Shove satellite. That's Friday night. I don't know. It starts at 8:15. I have no idea what it's about. If I am going to play in it for 1 minute or 1 hour, no idea. I will pull it up. It is a satellite. So what's it called? Shove Fest. So it's a 10,000 sweeps invitational. So they're giving away that many entries. Second nut flush draw. They're giving away that many entries to the 218, right? So it's a target tournaments for the Sunday scrimmage. So, oh, that's such a not a good card. Oh, we flopped top pair in the second nut flush draw. Let's throw a bet out there. What the hell? We're a day late, and and the rest. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should have bet that flop. We had top pair with a pretty good kicker. That was our hand, and the second nut flush draw, and then another like double blocker to straight draws. Those are the wrong aces. But if neither of them has an ace, they didn't raise. Do we put out a blockish type bet? I think that's fine. I think we can block here. We might be good. Obviously, if he's got a full house, he's raising. Look at that. Brilliant. We were so late to that. We actually got value on the turn and took it down on the river. Genius. Let's play to our button here, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll play Bet Online Turbo PKO. We'll talk a little bit about Bet Online and their schedule and how it's affecting my life. It's not, but it's just how I want to kind of work it into this stream, and it might. We'll see. Hopefully, we're not up too late tonight, but it's a turbo, and you know, it's a turbo, so it shouldn't take too late. It's only an hour late reg. We do have the nut flush draw, but there is a pair on the board. So we have our two over cards might be okay. We got a pot bet. I don't know. Do we want to? It's the absolute nut flush draw. It's the best flush draw. It's not. It wouldn't be the nuts because we've got pocket. We got fours out there. We could lose. Well, we're up against a couple small stacks. We could probably. Okay, I mean it's actually not a bad card, but I can't imagine there's. I mean, if we check this right because if anybody's got sevens or eights, they're not folding. So, yeah, we've got a full house, so we're good. It's tough to get value in spots like that, I think, and we're out of position. So I think we played it okay. So all right, we've won in some really weird spots here, which you have to do, I guess, to stay solvent in this game. Hands go from being like super quick to super not quick. They got a hold'em game. It's like fold, raise, call, fold, 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 and then you know. I don't. If we were suited with the five, if the ace was suited with a five, or if the ace was suited, this is probably a call, but it's not. So essentially, we have pocket fives, which is useless. So we'll play our button, and then we'll take a break, and then we will get into some bet online. We'll maybe talk more about global as we get into the bet online tourney. Oh, do we do one more? I mean, yeah. Let's set out the next hand. We have nines. Whatever. 3 minutes. Tubro PKO. Oh, well, we don't have to register yet. We are still live. This table is really just really slowed down. Like as soon as I call my last like three hands here, it's just everybody like just grinding halt. Like, a fold here would be fine. I would actually be okay with that. Then we can just kind of get this thing going here. We got, only a couple minutes until. Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to start right when it starts. We can wait a hand or two. We flop open ended, but and a pair. Not a great turn. We'll need it's like we've got a million. There's a million pairs. We've got 5 pairs. Okay, cool. All right, we will. So we're gonna lock up almost $20 there. $19 profit. We'll take it, and we will see you at the tournament table in just a couple minutes. And we are back. We are checking the first hand, and we flop top pair. So we're gonna play a bet online, PKO Turbo. Um, oh, I didn't realize he had bet, but we actually pick up equity on the turn. But we're giving away money that we shouldn't be doing. So this sucks. I know we're behind, and it's really like, okay. Well, it's a six. Is it a 6 max? No, that's 8. 8 max. Oh, we need to update major. That's why I took the. I guess the break wasn't as long as. fold. So this is, yeah, this is a true turbo here. We've got ace king. So you start off with 66.6 big blinds. And it's 5 minute levels, and it's an hour late registration. You just go, and it's $11. It's an $11 PKO. I think we can play this pretty aggressively because it is a PKO. So players are just gonna want to go for some instant cash here. Hopefully we get. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind just taking down the blinds with ace king. And if we get called, we're gonna play a big pot, which kind of would rather just get in there, but maybe I need to learn how to play ace king better because there are going to be situations where I'm not going to be able to get it all in pre-flop. Yeah, so we haven't gotten much of anything yet. All right. So let's talk a little bit about this tournament then, shall we? It's an hour of late registration, 5 minute levels. The blinds for the first two levels they're the same. Oh, they don't go, and then the first and three. So it's 75, 50, 1500 for the first two levels. Same ante. Second two levels are both 1K, 2K, 240 ante, which doesn't mean anything to you. I have my stack in big blinds. We are on level 2 already. So that's kind of okay. So we'll ease into it, but yeah, by level 6 here, so by a half hour in, by 25 minutes in, the blinds have, doubled from the get-go. So it's an 8:40 p.m. start, which I want to make work for me. Now, I'm trying to think. I don't know if we played this on this stream before. It's $11. I think we did. I want to say we did, and I got 2 bounties like a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I can't. They're all blending in. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. But this is kind of a good structure. I mean, oh, maybe it was 2 weeks ago because last week, I don't think they were doing it. They must have been doing like another series or had something like a conflict. I don't know. It was kind of annoying. Maybe they do this every other week. I don't know, but this should be going on all week at the very least for the next few days. But it's kind of what I want. It's $11. It's an hour late registration. It's a 1K guarantee. It's a PKO, which I don't. It's not my favorite. I do like just regular old Hold'em. regular standard tournament, non bounty. But okay, it's a PKO, cool. That'll liven things up a little bit if nothing else. It's a short late registration period, which is an hour. I mentioned that. Um, but it's and the guarantee is good. It's a 1K. It's an 11. So it should be about 100 players. That's a good field for me. Um, so yeah, I feel like that's all good, but it starts at 8:40, and it's like, oh, if you could even start 7:40. They do these at like the 40 on the hour. Maybe they're waiting for more volume, more interest because they do them like from 8:40 to like 2 or 3:40 in the morning, 2:40 in the morning, and then they do some at like 7:40, and then maybe 9:40 and 11:40, and then nothing until 8:40. Like, do if this was at 7:40, it'd be beautiful. It would be absolutely beautiful. I could play it every single night, except for like the 1 or 2 nights a week that my kid goes to bed a little bit later because of whatever's going on. Fine, whatever. I'll find something else to do that day. But something I could do 4 or 5 days a week, whether it's on my phone or just jump on a stream, or like while I'm watching TV, maybe one night I just jump in, can play. Like the mobile app, the client on this for this site is very good. I haven't played too many tournaments on my phone on this, but you get used to it. It's a good app. It's a good, but I don't even have the app. I use the mobile website and it's great. It's just easy to log into. Boom, start playing. But I haven't won a lot of money at the cash tables. It's been like very tight, like not a lot of swings. Like ignition, it can be swingy and it's fun. Where like I don't know, just grinding the same $10 for an hour is like, ugh. I, I could be exaggerating though. Maybe it's just recency bias. Queen Jack on the button. I say we make it 2.7 big blinds. We could have probably gone bigger, but we don't have a bad hand. I can't say that's a great flop. Mm. Is this a punt? If neither has an eight, they can't really call unless just I don't know. Yeah, okay, good. We got them both to call and then we took it down. Let's just keep trying to win pots. Let's keep our stack at a good level so that we have at least half the table we can go get a bounty from. So if we knock someone out at this table, the bounties are the same. $2.60 would be in our pocket, and then the other 260 would go on our head. It's interesting. It's a 1K guarantee, $11. I believe it's so. I think it's 10.2 goes like it's an 80 cents. Yeah, I think it is. It's 80 cents is the fee, so it's $5 to the prize pool and 520 to the 520 to the bounty. Yeah, $5 to the prize pool, perfect. 80 cents to the house. That's pretty good. And then 520 to the bounty. It really it's kind of a win-win. I don't mind a smaller bounty, like half going to the prize pool is kind of only half going to the prize pool. I think is kind of like I know I get it. That's the point, but especially with PKOs, it has to like add up from something. So, but you could still do a PKO even if that like $2 out of that was a bounty. You just start off, you win a buck, and when you knock the first couple people out, and then it grows. I don't know, but the prize pool stays thick, stays juicy. The payouts, the levels, I don't know. Anyway, that's really beside the point. I'm good. The payouts still look good. 10 through 13 at this point. There's been 89 entries. There's 82 left. 14 and 15 get $10, so you're not quite making it all back. Um, so yeah, we have 92 entries now. We're all still 48 minutes of late reg. Yeah, and we're almost at the guarantee, right? Because wouldn't it be? It's a 1K guarantee, so wouldn't it be 100? Maybe even slightly less because of the 20 cents. So yeah, this I could see this tournament getting pretty popular, which is why I think it should start a little earlier. Like run this at 7:40. It would get like 200 easily. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guarantee, it's all the guarantee does influence it, but turn it into a 2K guarantee and run it at 7:40, $11. Help do it do a 1650. I'll do that. I probably should only play like 3 nights a week anyway, but I want it to be there. And this might be fine too. So we're gonna pay attention. I think when we played a couple weeks ago, I want to say, I want to say I don't like these threes at all, and they're just see. That's the thing I got to think about in a tourney like this. That these small pocket pairs are devalued because stacks are more likely to you know go in and players are going to play a little bit more aggressively. So a lot more a lot more cards like Queen Jack suited or King Queen are going to be in the mix that you're up against, and you're just flopping your coin. You're a coin flip against everything, and then for those few times that you're up against fours, fives, sixes, sevens, it's going to tilt. It's just going to tilt it so that you're really not beating anything. Um, and not that getting it in against just overcards isn't a bad spot, but um, the chips are really important in this, where you need to be able to knock people out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, really, let's get some bounties. First and second are 100 each. Okay, so we've exceeded the. Yeah, we just got over. We got 100 entries, so we're $20 over the guarantee. That's pretty cool. Wow, we're gonna have a solid enrollment today if we're already at 100 and there's still 45 minute. Yeah, there's still 45 minutes left to late reg. Break is coming up in about 30 seconds. I don't think we'll take a break here. If I do, I'll just step out for a minute. Won't really like go on BRB. But we're doing fine. We're in 32nd out of 95, 34th out of 95. Should we play a little delay ball here and just get ourselves down to the break here? I think we will. We'll just be like, yep, boink. 5 seconds left, so this will be the beginning of our break. Um, yeah, the prize pool is getting up there. First and second are up over 100 right now. That may adjust a little below, a little over here and there, but that's pretty cool. That's a good goal to go after. Make $100 off an $11 buy-in. Um, oh yeah, global. Back to global for a sec. So the invitational shove fest. Each so it's $10,000 worth of tickets going out, and the 218 is okay. So it's 200. So whatever it's so that's what 50 entries. 10K guaranteed worth of $200 entries. So there's 50 payouts. Yeah, okay, I gotta look that up. Oh, okay. Oh, because it's 218, idiot. Okay, so 1 through 45 gets the 218 ticket. 46 gets 190 in cash. Hey, that's not bad. That's not a bad spot. You just get the cash. Don't even see that would actually be perfect for me. So I should shoot, right? Drop this in the chat if you're listening. One, if I get in, I don't even know what it is. We haven't even talked about it. But assuming I get a ticket through this satellite somehow, my goal should really be to go out in 46 because I'm sacrificing 38, 20, 28, nope, $28. I can do math. I'm sacrificing $28 to get to hold on to the 190 and to have because I can't see the thing. The main event starts at 5:30 on Sunday during Easter. So if I do through some miracle qualify for free to a $218 event worth 100K, then I've got to figure out a way to like just kind of jump in at some point, like figure out the latest possible time and kind of work it around that. Um, and I'll have to play it on my phone while I'm at my in-laws for Easter Sunday. I don't know what the odds are of that. It's going to be very difficult, probably. Um, so yeah, just going out because it's not like it's like a two. The next spot is 218 and then it's 250 and then it's 300. No, it's just 218 for 1 through 35 and those tickets and then 190. And I have the flexibility to do whatever I want with the 190 and I don't have to do any. Like I can just take it and not worry about the tournament. So I really need to target going out in 46th, and I could do that. But the thing is, I could do that, but it's be just like it's difficult to get the ticket. So I need to get myself in that spot. And how do I do that? So it's really a free satellite to win $190. I could make it so that I can get eliminated from it. If I once you hit 46, you're in the money. Thing is, other people might have the same idea and be like, you know what? It's Easter. I can't play. I'm only in this thing for free. Why don't I just blast off here? And if I win, fine. I'm gonna get a ticket. If I lose, great. I get 190. It's kind of a no lose situation. But it's a shove fest. You get 5 minutes. No, it's not a total shove fest. You get the blinds are you get 500 to start, and then 10, 20, 20, 40. So you get 25 big blinds. And if you don't play any hands for 5 minutes, you're down to 12 and a half. Yeah, this thing could go quick. But how many players are in it? 40. Do I need to register? I don't have the ticket yet, or do I? I think I'm gonna get the ticket tomorrow, but I think a lot of players are gonna get the tickets tomorrow, so we just have to see. So what's reasonable for 10K for a 10K worth of for 45, 46 payouts? What's reasonable? Like there's probably gonna be 2,000 or 3,000 people, a couple thousand anyway. All you had to do, but you had to play the jackpot sit and goes today. So if you didn't get the email or you didn't have time or you just said screw it, I can't play on Easter anyway, then a lot of players um, probably ignored that. So I don't know. This is interesting. I'd love to get a ticket to a $218 event, but it's Easter Sunday, so it's like next to impossible. At least if it was like, I hate to say it, at least if it was like a party, a family party, like a cookout or something, they won't listen to this, but like and I'm gonna go to this party. I have no problem with parties, but my like sister-in-law is doing like a birthday party for like their dogs. At least one of their dogs. I think there's another dog involved somewhere, but whatever. They're having a birthday party for the dog like the second Saturday in July. Cool, great, whatever. It's another cookout. But it's like we would have just seen everybody the 4th of July a week and a half before. It's the middle of summer. Like there's a pool there, so the wife and kid could just go swimming, hang out. Maybe it would be easier if I was there. But if they were doing that, like I would, if it was like something like that, but I qualified for a 218, 100K event that I could stream, where I could possibly win like 20K. Um, Or if it's like a bounty or something and I got like a free entry, like I could just like make a few $100. Yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable to be like, hey, maybe I skipped this one party, but that's not everybody thinks like I do. Like there should at the same time there should be enough poker tournaments out there that can fit into my time schedule. They should be, and there are. There's just some that I prefer over others, or there's some where I find just a reason to be upset with it, or tournaments in general just last a while, so it's tough for me to commit to them. I do probably need to dig into more global, but I mean, I guess now that I have like some money in some sites and I have the means to move the money around, I guess it's not bad. Like, cause I've been doing pretty well in Ignition PLO. I've been winning, I've been inching my way up to a few $100 in my account. I'm not going to give you the. Well, I guess we've been sharing some numbers. We have been talking some numbers, but yeah, I've deposited $100 into Ignition. It's now just a hair over 300 after our evening session here, on a little bit of an upswing. But I don't know. I feel like Ignition is kind of a good site for me to learn how to play PLO on for a lot of reasons. There's always a $25 game, at least when I want to sign in and play. Um, it's easy enough to play on my phone. Like Ignition has a really good, almost identical mobile site, and it's actually just as good in landscape as it is portrait, or portrait is landscape. I use portrait a lot because it's probably the best one out there. Bet online is pretty good too. Global, not so much. It doesn't really adjust. It just makes it very small, so it's portrait. But Ignition, it's a good site for me to play PLO on, and the fact that I'm anonymous, other players don't know that I'm kind of a rookie at it, so they'll. I hate to say it this, they'll respect my bets more. Like when it's on me on the button and I go pot on the river on kind of a semi bluff, they're gonna fold their two pair if there's like possible straights and flushes out there. So, like, but if they knew I was like a new player, if they just kind of knew me as a player, they might call us down. So I don't know. It's tough to break in this. I feel like it's tough to break into sites. You have to really play it a long time and start to play well to gain respect. And maybe that's why I'm not doing well at um, not doing so well at global. I was on a bit of a run at least at first, so maybe Ignition that'll happen too. I don't think it will though. I think I've got a pretty good handle on it. Even if I lose a buy-in here and there, I should be able to make enough. But I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I'm just on I'm getting some good variance. There were a couple of spots where I didn't think I was good, and then I ended up either holding in a really like close equity spot or caught a nice card. But I don't know. Every day we're getting better. That's all we can do. We just get a little bit better. Feeling a little bit better today. We got a better rental car while our vehicle is getting fixed. It was determined the other party was at fault, so we upgraded. Yeah, in this time frame, there are good tournaments on Bet Online, but 840. I mean, it's 9:06. So I guess where was I going with the Ignition thing? So now that I don't want to say it like this way because it shouldn't be that way, and it's tough to really like think of poker in these terms. But if I can find relatively consistent success on Ignition, I mean, to the point where it's like if I lose three or four buy-ins, it's not it I don't have to make any financial moves or adjustments or deposits or anything. Like how much money do I leave in ignition as like the max, and then I go over by like 100. Like, so is 400 the number for when I take out 100 down to 300? Is that like the 3 to 400? Like, you know, like okay, it's $300 in there, cool. Once I get to 400, I take out 100, and then we just keep, you know, go from there. If I drop down to 200 or 175, it's not. I still have plenty of buy-ins there to play $25. I just keep going, and I'll turn it around. But does that then become, I'd cash out that money and then leave it around? Like if I start doing $11 tourneys on global with, say I got $150 in there, and I do $11 tourneys on global, and I bust out, I just break like 10 in a row, or maybe 10 tournaments, but maybe I had to like rebuy in a couple, or maybe I do like a rebuy add-on tournament and I end up investing another five, like little things like that. So you 10 tournaments, you bust them all, boom, done. Now I got $100 sitting there that ignition is like kind of generating. I can shift that over and keep my money in global because I like playing on the site. Or do I just say F all the other sites? I'm winning money at ignition. Just play that a lot. And I can't. Maybe that's just what I play, like days early on streams. Maybe I do like, maybe that's just like a Friday night thing. Like, instead of driving to Foxwoods and playing 1-2 or 1-3, they started to get a 1-3 game going. It's kind of weird. Or maybe, or like risking more 2-5, that dying 2-5 game at Foxwoods. It really sucks. Instead of doing that on a Friday night, I just play a couple hours of 50, 20, 25 Freudian slip, 25 PLO on ignition. Or do I, instead of starting to cash out over 300, do I run it up to 500 and move up to 50 no limit? They say you shouldn't keep more than a few buy-ins in the site, but I mean, if your goal is to keep moving up in stakes, you got to keep money up there while you're taking shots. So, but cash outs are fairly cheap, and I feel like it might actually be the best site to cash out of ignition. It's quick, so it actually is a pretty good setup. If I use ignition to kind of as back funds for bet online and global tournaments, could get a pretty good thing going at the $11 buy-in level, and that's really the kind of content we need. At least those at least generate some interest. $11, 1K guaranteed. There's money up there. We haven't gotten a hand in a while. This is kind of the unfortunate change of pace that you have to deal with when you go from PLO to Hold'em, is that you could be waiting a while for playable cards. Where if you, and it's a tournament too versus cash, and we're approaching that weird middle stack depth where we have to start slowing down, because there's gonna start being small. I mean, the stacks are relatively deep here, so I would like to have kings. Instead, we get 7-8 suited. I mean, I say we try to see a flop here. We have one stack we could get it in with here. Um, it's too bad. If there was another heart on that flop, yeah, let's make it happen. Unfortunately, we couldn't. So we're just under 30 bigs. We're on level 6. We have quite a few. We have 4.5 minutes to go. Quite a few minutes until we bump up a little bit. I don't know if there was anything else to go over for global for this. Where is it? Did we X out of it? I must have closed out of global. I think we were done talking about it anyway. Cool. So the MJ riddle of the day. Would you rather bet $150 that has a 60% chance of winning, but you only profit $75, or bet $150 that only has a 48% chance of hitting, but you profit $150? There is a way to figure that out mathematically, like expected value or something. I just can't do it in my head, and I am playing a poker tournament while streaming, so I don't know if I can scratch it out. Or do we do it real quick? Is that right? Do we do... So it's the same bet, so that we don't need to include that in the equation. Oh, 2.5? Do I mix it up here? I'm sick of folding. We're technically... Oh, he did get cards. Well, whatever. They folded. Call. Oh, we can represent a big hand. Call. It's actually a pretty good flop for our range. I'm going to bet 5. Yeah. That was good. We take it down. We needed those chips. And now we're probably going to give it all back with ace jack, because I hate ace jack offsuit, and ace jack suited really, like... I'm going to fold. I think this happened a couple times on stream where I've called off in middle. I've called a small raise in middle position with ace jack, and the flop just completely whiffs, and there's nothing I can do. I can't peel flop or anything. It doesn't flop enough. Like, I mean, it's PLO, but it doesn't have like that. The robustness of sometimes like an ace king or an ace queen. Like, what do we do with that? What did we had the ace of spades, we had a second pair, but we could already be dead. And then we've got to call 5 big blinds out of position. No, yeah. So we were good to get out of that one. Ace queen. Ace queen. Oh, we were almost good there. What a turn that was for us. Wow, that would have been very disappointing. I don't know if this is right. 75 times 0.6 equals 45. That's not right. Is that right? 48% of 150 equals 72. We don't flop. We have a gut shot and the butt end of it. We don't have anything we can really even represent other than like ace king of diamonds. Queens. I think we're not gonna bet top set there, are we? Okay, fold. 62 out of 107. We'd like to get a bounty. Still 25 minutes late registration. Goes right up to 9:40, and then there'll be a break at 9:55. So it's really, I guess, if you're gonna play this, you have to expect it to end sometime between. I say between. You have to expect to hit the money sometime between 10 and 11 p.m. So you know you're going to be up a little bit later if you have to, like, because usually if I have to work at 8 a.m., usually I try to I'm going to bed by like 10 o'clock. But one day a week, if I stay up till like 1 or 2 days a week, if I stay up till 10:30, it's fine. But I'm on a later shift this month for work, so I don't have to really get up until after 8. If I mean, the kid's up, so I do get up before, but I don't, I can kind of take my time getting out of bed so I don't have to log in across the hall until 8:45. And the kids sleeping a little bit later, like with the daylight savings and everything. So I've been able to stay up a little bit later and play. So I figured I'd try this now while I can, because next week I might not be even able to. Um, Especially if this, like, if I'm playing this and I get to the and like we hit the bubble and it's kind of late. If I'm in it that long, 23 places played. We're a ways away from places paid. We're a ways away from that. While we're in this thing. So yeah, if this started at like 7:40, so bet online. I mean, there are tournaments. There's a rebuy add-on. There's a 550, 2K guaranteed rebuy add-on that starts at 7:25, but late reg on that goes to what? Was it 9:10? Was that? I mean, I'll have to look it up. See, maybe I'll look at tomorrow's. Oh no, it doesn't. What's tomorrow? The 28th. Yeah, 2K rebuy add-on. What's that one? So each level is 8 minutes and it goes 12. So that's the one that's like ends up being like an hour and 45 minutes. So that's what 9:10. Yeah. So that one's actually not bad. But the thing is, there's a lot of play. There's a decent amount of players. Like there's going to be over 100 and probably like 150, over 150 players still in it at that point. Um, because they do a rebuy and then they can do it like an add-on. Can they do a double add-on? Everybody does an add-on at the very least, so there's going to be plenty of chips out there. So that I feel like when we played it, it was late. It was like what was it, quarter of midnight or something? We played that to, or was it? It wasn't quarter of 11. I think we played that till almost midnight the night. So now, if it's on a Friday, it's not as big of a deal, or Saturday if I don't have to be up early the next day. But softball season's coming up too, which will mean that there'll be some weekends where I can't really do much pokering at all because I've got softball right smack in the middle of the weekend or like middle to late part of the weekend where it's like, oh, we just can't do anything now because you have a 10 o'clock game on Sunday. You know, I committed to this as my 20th season and I may do something where I play this season and then um, maybe for my 21st season, I don't commit to playing every week. Maybe I play every other week, or just when I can. Um, and then after that, see that's the thing. I could do that, and it would fly because they need players. I mean, we have there's usually a decent wait list. So you might start the season with 15 or 16 guys on a roster. I mean, I think we've had rosters up to 19, 18 or 19. It's fine as long as like guys can play. The thing is though is that sometimes like it goes one way or the other. Sometimes like we'll go through the season, we'll not have enough guys like half the weeks, and we'll take on more losses that way, and we'll like get a horrible seed in the playoffs. Can we jam over it? Yeah, we can. We can. I'm out of position. Let's do it. Let's make them think we're going for it. Darn. Oh no. Are we back? Everything on Bet Online kind of flickered, so hopefully the stream was not affected. Still 19 minutes left in late reg. There are some. Oh jeez. I don't know what's going on here. There there are some tournaments that have like a 20-minute late reg or like 30-minute, like they do exist on this site, but I feel like the buy-ins for those are a little bit higher, and we're just sort of feeling things out here. But we've had some relatively decent success the 3 or 4 tournaments we played. I don't like this connection to the server that keeps going out. It's really starting to mess with me now. I don't know if whose end it's on. It doesn't seem to be affecting my stream. I mean, it is, but like it doesn't like the OBS is not. Streamlabs didn't seem to be interrupted, so maybe it's the site, and that would be disappointing because I've liked the site. Cash games are a little tight, and I think this is going to just be a primarily a tournament site, which is too bad because they do have some ways to like make some bonuses and get some ticket. Well, they did have some ways to get like tickets to like deposit bonuses. Oh man. Oh, everything's going down. Come on. Mm. We're back. A little bit of a little technical difficulty there. Make sure we got our tournament screen up. We're down to well, it looks like we have 103 players. I don't know which is the most up to date. I think I think 103 should be accurate, but I don't know. I do like this this info bar up here, and we can just click that when we're not involved in a hand. And look at some stats there. It's really nice tool to have, and it presents well on stream. Where like I mean, GG Poker's not bad. They have theirs up in kind of the corner here. ACR is usually up here, and you can kind of customize it a little bit. Um, so it presents well. Like Ignition kind of does it if you flip open like the whatever they call it, the notification bar or column or whatever. So that you can see that on stream. But this is kind of like it's in a good spot, and it gives you it gives you the info it should up here. And if you need a little bit more, you can do that, or you can have the tourney the lobby up here. So still pretty good payouts from like the min cash 26th place. You get 982. That's pretty solid. Basically free rolling it with bounties. You gotta hit. You gotta get there, of course. So yeah, This would be cool if Michael there folded. Yep, now we have a stack at least to go after. Jimmy Set. I do have a. Can't really tell where these people are from. Um, so these are like basically American only sites that I play on. Ignition, Bet Online, Global. I believe Global is US and Canada. Ignition is US and Australia. I think we looked this up. I think Bet Online is just Americans and everybody. And I don't think any of them are in New Jersey. Some don't operate. None of them operate in Washington. I don't think. Global might because it's sweepstakes. That'd be interesting. They might forbid it too, but most of them are in most states. So anyway, they're all like it's basically an all American. These are all American sites. It'd be cool if they did like tournaments, or if they let everybody know like what state you were in. Kind of like some sites. Maybe in a lot of sites aren't doing that anymore. I guess ACR isn't. I don't think. But the GG network, like Natural 8, WSOP in some spots. There's others too that I just can't recall. But they post the country flags. I think it's fine. I don't need it there, but and it wouldn't be even. I was just saying like put everybody's state flag. Not everybody knows the state flag, so maybe that would be. You'd have to like put the name of the state with it, or not, whatever, or just put the postal code. For whatever state you're located in. And then every like August or something. Maybe not. Maybe there's like a better time of year. Maybe it's every May. May's kind of busy for some people. Every fall, like early November-ish, before the holiday season ramps up, you have like a champion, an American, a U.S. national championship of poker. I think I've talked about this idea before. I think it's great. I think it'd be, of course, it's my idea. I think it'd be so cool to have like a United States champion. And if your site like global that's US and Canada, include Canada if you want. Or give them their own. I don't whatever. You it would be kind of tough because you then you'd have to have like geofencing technology, which I guess they probably do anyway, but you'd have to have like the IT, the technology to ASA just sucks. You'd have to have the technology to geofence every single person in state, which I guess you're looking at their IP address anyway, so really it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But you'd have to maintain that because every time somebody's on there, they've got their state flag or their state postal code next to their name, so you'd have to make sure that's accurate. But I think it'd be cool to just have like a U.S. championship where, um, or call it like the North American Championship if you're on global. But I guess the U.S. National Championship with Canada included, you could do something like that. Every single state. Maybe you'd have to give Canada its own and have every like province that can play. Like they don't have as many obviously, but every province is kind of walled off, and you play it out. But in the U.S. anyway, we'll leave Canada aside to the moment. Every state has its own, 10K guaranteed championship or whatever, 20K guaranteed, or 50K because it's 50 states or whatever. We'll start small. Every state has their own 10K championship to be crowned state champ, and you're only playing, for instance, against other players in Massachusetts. You win that, you get a ticket to the national championship. So they'd have to structure it. Oh, whatever. It's an overbet, but who cares? If Michael L goes all in, we have to go after it, and that would be a pretty good spot. Although well tester there could for sure try to isolate, so it's kind of a no. Okay, we're narrating stuff that's not happening. I'll just pick up the blinds. I'd be fine with that. Good. And we just went up. No, oh, we still have 4 minutes left. But the blinds are getting there. We have less than 10 minutes till the end of late reg. So we're moving. Yep. But I think it would be cool. You'd have to structure the game, the the tournament series, so that you part of your buy-in to the yeah, I get part of each of the buy-ins, so they'd have to make it fair somehow. Part of the buy-ins for each state tourney would have to roll up to whatever the prize pool is for the national, the one in the 50 states. And maybe, it would be kind of the state of, like, we'll say Delaware might have 8 people that join the tourney, where the state of New York might have 8,000, maybe not that many, 800. Um, so it wouldn't be totally equitable, but you kind of have to figure out a way, or maybe this might be, I don't know. This is never going to happen because I'm never going to own or run a poker website, but it's fun to think about, or unless I guess I run a private game. That wouldn't even really make sense. You couldn't do that. I don't know. Maybe if I found like Club GG, maybe if Club GG had some way to determine everybody's state. I don't think it is. I think it's just country. Um, you'd have to have like a big private group. No. You'd have to have like a big private group where you knew everybody's state, and then you'd have to like run these like invitational only like tournaments, which I guess you can do. You can just assign, you can just enter people in, and these are the only people that can join. You have to have your location verified, whatever. It maybe that just has to be where you're from. But anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself. But yeah, you run like a national thing. You have to make it equitable. Maybe you do it so that the your starting stack reflects how many people you beat in your state. But then like there's always gonna see poker players get like really. I hate that there's two bigger stacks behind me, and I hate that bigger stack has made it two bigs. Do we just get it in with ace jack and hope that we get called off? There's no bounties. There's no bounties available to us. How much of a difference does that make to just rip it? Oh, it's kind of tight. It's kind of a tough, tight spot. We're not going to re-enter if we get knocked out here. Do we get called by worse? No, maybe. Okay, come on, let's do it. Yeah, needed it. Needed that, obviously, because had we lost it, we would have lost everything. Somebody else is gonna get our bounty probably. He's probably upset. Kings versus eight. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Okay, well there's still bounties available then. Well, no, that trip got a bounty there, right? Yep. Yeah, aces. What do you want him to do? Who gets a tomato thrown at him for having aces? Um, yeah. So I could have like stretched the screen out more, but I feel like it is kind of already stretched out. And it's pretty. It presents pretty good. It looks a little bit like more compact, like when you're playing. They could have filled the screen a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I played on like GG poker sites, and their browser never opens up fully, so it maybe it just looks a little tighter. It's probably about the same as this, so it's really not anything that I'm complaining about. It does present very well, this tournament table, this table on Bet Online. The mobile app works really good too. So maybe, I don't know, maybe this is a way for us to help get the word out that Bet Online is a good site to play on, and maybe they'll get more traffic and open up more tournaments. They do have tournaments like at the time, like that 7 to 8:30 p.m. window that I want to jump into game, or like 8:15. They do have them, but I feel like the West Coast people don't get home from work until after 5, so that they want to get as many people as possible, so they put a lot of good tournaments on after 8, and it's like, oh, it's killing me. I mean, after my kid is like school age, but even then, like I'm gonna have to get her up and get her on the bus and stuff at like 7 in the morning, so I can't be staying up like 3 or 4 nights a week till midnight playing online poker. I want to be. Maybe I could. Maybe we'll roll up we'll get a nice online roll going, and I can do that as like a side gig. I don't know. 3 minutes left in the late reg period. We're 39th out of 103. Um, where's our attorney? They're paying 31 spots, so we're not too far off from that. And it's just a, a skosh over, excuse me, a skosh under $10 for the min cash. So, ooh, kings versus aces and same suits. Oof. Okay, well, you know what? Tripp's bounty is out there. Let's hope he can just hang on until we get a good hand. Not a good spot for him to jam if he doesn't have something pretty good rigged. Rigged. I mean, I don't know how much I've weighed in on the whole is it rigged thing. I don't feel it's rigged. I feel it's 100% frustrating at times. Um, Twice I king versus ace in 10 minutes. That was you, yeah. I thought that was Tater. No, I guess yeah. No, and you lost both times. I mean that sucks. What are you gonna do? It is horrible, and that's gonna happen in tourneys. Oh, Jack 9 versus A7. Yeah, so he just got a little impatient there. That's too bad. We didn't really have a way to get in there. Um, well, nice playing with you, pal. Doopity doopity doo. Plays. I mean, there's other bounties out there. We have a pretty good sized stack still after that double up. I mean, I kind of just want to wait for the absolute rocks. Well, let's see. Okay, so we're not going to call off King 10 against a big stack all in. Everybody falls to him. Um, I think I saw one viewer out there, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Nope, gone. Probably just because I'm doing other stupid stuff. Um, okay, so we are officially past the late reg period. We're 42 out of 100. Those are good numbers. I feel like we're gonna pay 31. So we got some work to do, but we've got for this spot in the tournament, we've got what could be considered a premium. If we have any activity in front of us, we could be a little conservative, or we could just go for it. No, I don't think we need to like rip it. Bet 3. Maybe should we have gone to 4? See if one of these. Yep. Okay. So I think this is kind of what we want here. Yes. We just have to call, right? Call. Let's go. Yes. Big cards rule. Big cards do rule in this game. Big cards rule, man. Nice one. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do. So we're 25th out of 95. Some stacks are falling now that I guess now. I mean, for me, I think it's a mental thing. Like you get past the late registration period, okay, it's all out there now. 10.50 for the min cash. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's 50 cents. That's 50 cents under the. So basically, when you get to that spot, you're free rolling because everybody, I think, to make the money, not always, and I've done this. I've been this guy, but most people to get to the money would want a bounty along the way. Not everyone. It won't be that case. There'll be some small stacks that creep their way there. So, but for the most part, you get to the money. It's a free roll. Um, and then you just ladder up. Same hands, suits, no. Oh man, would have had the nuts. Second nuts anyway. Um, Fold. Well, we won some. We won a little bit back, so that's really what we want. We want to keep our stack. We want to keep our bankroll here, pretty level. We want to kind of stick around these long enough to make a nice score, which is probably just how we have to manage a tournament bankroll. I kind of like the way I'm approaching at least two of the three sites I'm playing on now. Ignition, stick to cash. And part of that is just because the tournaments there are like they suck. They're too long. The fields are fine. Like they get great guarantees and great fields. But they're really kind of bigger fields than I like playing with. Like this had 208 entries, and when we are past late reg, we're under 100 left. That is, and it's a 1 hour late reg. That is perfect. That is a perfect field for me. I might even like a smaller field, like 100, but whatever. At no point did it really exceed 109. So there's just rebuys. I mean, that must be here somewhere. How many rebuys? Spend, KO, tables, levels. $31 places paid. I don't know what this is. Oh, I've been getting all these suited connectors and I can't do anything with them. Usually it tells you how many rebuys. Maybe not. Maybe because it's not a rebuy add-on tourney, they won't tell you. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different site. But there were 208 entries. We're down to 84. We're paying 31. And we've got kings. It would be really cool if there was an open jam here for a bounty. It's like a quarter of our stack, and it's 4.5x to isolate, and maybe we just get it in here. I mean, it's reasonable to think if he comes over the top for all of it that he's got aces, but yep. Yep. I don't. Yeah. I don't know how we get away there. Yeah. Is that a fold? Do we do it right up until that point? And I even said like it's not unreasonable to think he's got aces. Like what other hand does that except maybe queens, ace king. I don't think jacks does that. Um, that's tough. We still have chips. We're still okay. Um, we had 27. We would have had 27 bigs if we just mucked that. But man, that is a tight. If that was queens, if we had queens there, then we could fold that. But and that's the third time now in the last half hour that it's been aces versus kings like that. That is, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's rigged. It's not. It's not. But it's a little much. Does that have to happen, Tater? Fu, is that yeah? Fu, he says I don't know. Did Tater? Oh, it was probably after. Oh, well, whatever. I don't know. Is he speaking to us or not? Well, hey, if nothing else, I mean that's a spot that's a spot you're getting into. Just hoping he's got ace king or maybe remote chance he's got queens there. Yeah, or maybe I'm thinking about it too much like PLO. Like, what else does he have? And you just gotta like, and I just gotta face it. That's like I can't let it go. But yeah, for not, see, he doesn't have a chance at a bounty. So I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking the bounty spot. Like he doesn't have a chance to get a bounty from me. So why is he incentivized to? I mean, other than just trying to double up, why else would he jam there as a bluff if he doesn't have aces? Like, or not as a bluff, but why else would he jam there unless he had aces? There's no reason. I don't know. Yeah, there's our deuce. We just got to move on. I like Bet Online. It's not. I don't hate it now because of that. But we got 6 minutes or so to the break, and we still have 13 bigs, and there's 78 left, and we're gonna get this down to 31. So this will go. I mean, we might be hitting the money at 11 o'clock, right? Somewhere in there. But overall, I like this side. I just wish that they maybe have 8 o'clock for a tournament like this would be beautiful, be perfect. So it would be like 9:09 right now, and we'd be, 30-ish, 30 something spots away from the money. Um, so we'd be getting there at like 10 o'clock, just after 10 o'clock. That's fine. That's reasonable. I can make that work. So we'll keep checking in with it. We'll play this once in a while. We'll try that rebuy add-on tournament again. That starts like that we'd be getting into, by quarter of eight. That's a pretty good turn. That gets a lot of attention as well. We'll try to get in one of those Sunday showdowns at 7 p.m. sometime, and we can let late reg to that. This might be our spot. 12-minute level, so I mean we'd be 2K, 200K chips, so we'd still have 100. Well, maybe not 100, but oops, max, go. My bad. Looked it real quick. I didn't think we had anything. I didn't think it was to our action yet. Oh, big stack here. Does he try to go for it? No. All right. Well, it's something. Oh, 8-9 suited just looks pretty good, but it's not. We can't do anything right now with that. So by third. Okay, so yeah, if we get in by 7:36, we'll have 100 bigs. This is a Sunday showdown. I mean, if we make a nice score, like if we hit like a nice $300 or $400 score on something, which probably wouldn't be this, but there should be some bounties out there. But if we make a nice score on attorney, we could just buy into something like that. late registration goes 14 levels, so about 2 hours and 48 minutes, so 9:48. I mean, that's not bad. This went to 9:40, so late registration goes to 8 minutes longer and 100K guarantee. Which there should only be like 200 entries roughly, because no, wait, that's wrong. No, prizes. It's a 100K. It's a 50K guaranteed. So there should only be, well, 500 entries, I guess. I don't know why I was thinking differently, because it's a $100 buy-in. Yeah. Hmm. I think I could do better than Ace 8 under the gun. Maybe we can make it to the break and go refuel and come back and try to make something happen. Try to stay alive. Aces versus kings. Man, we could have gotten off of that. We could have just dumped that and made a tight fold. We had already invested a quarter of our stack. We weren't at that 30% threshold yet, but man, that would have stung folding. But he's almost inviting by playing that so strong. He's asking for a call there because of the bounty. He's like, please just try to come get my bounty, and I will, uh, not give it to you because I have aces. Another bounty would have been nice, which we could still get. We double up. We need double up, and then we'll have, we might have a couple opponents. We just have to realize that if we get it in here, whether it's now or after the break, but the next time we get it in, we're gonna have we're gonna have opponents because they'll be trying to go for it. So we just gotta find a good spot where we have good cards that we can double up with, and we can get at least a full double. Break starts in. I don't know if everybody's just delaying to the break. Mm, Maybe I am a little bit. I only have 19 seconds left in my time bank because I was an idiot with. Was that the ace queen hand? We're going to get one more hint. So we got 23 seconds left. Once we fold this, because I don't really see much value in playing Jack 7 offsuit, even for half a big blind. Once we fold this, we're going to go on break. We're still going to have another minute left in our blind level. And we'll just try to double up. So we'll see you back in about 5 minutes. We are back. We're going to fold queen 7. But we are on the button. We've got a few players who are late back from break, which kind of stinks. I mean, I guess we weren't getting another hand in at this level anyway. But, hey, come on, fellas. Let's go. But yeah, hey, again, we do like this site. I'm just looking at some other tournaments that might be like kind of like daily games that maybe have like an earlier start time than when I would normally play, but that like you can still get in an hour and have a relatively decent amount of chips. This 6 p.m. $33 one is a 2-hour late reg. 100K chips. It's just a 5K guaranteed. Which should mean, what's that, 100 and... yeah, it's 30 plus 3, so... Should get about 166 runners. This one that I'm in now really surpassed the... actually, what is the total prize pool? Oh, we doubled it. 2100. That's pretty sweet. And you know, this is our hand here. We're up against a min click, but that doesn't scare us. And we take it down. That's a nice pot there that we dragged, and we're down to 53 players. So, I mean, the money's not that far off, and we're 41 out of 53 now. 31 get paid. If we just play smart and we find a good spot, we could hang around. Other players will continue to go out, and we just keep our chips. So that's a 2-hour late reg. So okay, so if we get in, it's 7:30-ish. I mean, 33 is a little bit above our... I don't want to say comfort level. It's not like I haven't played $33 tournaments before. So it really it's 2 hours, and it starts at what time? 6. So there'll be 2 breaks. So it's 2 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah. So 9 p.m. Late reg goes to 9. Is that right? 12 levels times 10. That's 2 hours. It starts at 6 p.m. I don't understand. It's not 9 p.m. Unless 18, it's 6 p.m. How is it 12 times 10? That's 120. That's 60. That's 2 hours. Well, we have 100K chips. So if we buy in 90 minutes in 100 minutes, we 8K. We really wouldn't have enough chips. Yeah, it really needs to. I mean, 630 even is pushing it. We're gonna fold that. Well, that was an idea. We missed that. Yeah, so if you guys don't mind me, I'm gonna just be scouring the Bet Online site for good tourneys. I mean, they do these mystery bounties just about every hour for $11, and I think part of the allure, part of what makes that cool is that it's a mystery. I think the mystery bounty prize pool. Yeah, they have a pool that's spread across all the tournaments that take place over that 24-hour period. So they do that every hour. There's like an MTT mystery bounty up for the $11 of like I think the mystery bounty pool of that is like 30K. I don't know if that means that I don't I don't know. Well, what's the mystery bounty going on now? So what's today? The 27th. There's one that started just a few minutes ago. The $11 one. Oh, we can't call that. Prizes. It's I think it. Oh no, there is. You so there's 27 entries as two paid right now, but the prize it doesn't. Yeah, I think the prize pool 53. So the mystery, the bounties, the payout structure 2 to 28. Okay, yeah, yeah. The mystery bounty just comes out of that pool that's over 30,000 right now. So every time something gets paid, it drops a little bit, and then more people buy into these tournaments every hour, so it goes up, and it's pulled from that. So it's $1.84 goes to the prize, dollar fee, and then $8.16 goes to the bounty jackpot. So your mystery bounty, I guess, could be anywhere from a minimum of I don't know what the minimum is. Could it be $4? I don't know. Let's say it's eight. It's probably more than eight, or less than eight, the minimum. But say it's $4. Cool. I mean $4. Um, but it could be 3,000. I don't know. Probably they probably don't give away the whole pool at any one point, but you might win up to 10% of that. I mean, they want to keep that bigger because they want people to see it and be like, ooh. Or is that just the jack? No, it goes to the jackpot. So every time you knock somebody out, it's a mystery. So I don't know. We'll try one of those sometime. I think we could do like an 8 p.m. one on. Well, Friday is the Shove Fest. I guess we could do like the 9 p.m. one. I'm just looking at tomorrow's lineup. There is an 8 p.m., right? There's a mystery bounty 6 max. I might not play poker tomorrow. Might want to. Well, I mean, there's basketball on. There's two NCAA games, and the Celtics have a rematch against the Hawks. Is this our spot? Is Ace 9 too wide? I think it might be a little bit. Where we're 41 out of 46 with 31 paid. I think it might just be a little bit. I mean, our ultimate goal would be to get everybody to fold, and we can't guarantee that. Um, and we might. I mean, we don't get called by a lot worse. We're at best we're flipping. So yeah. Ace Jack. Oh, it's probably on the cusp, but it's a jam, and we jam over this guy here. This was our ace's opponent earlier, but we shoved over a min click and got the min click to fold earlier and picked up a nice one. So maybe we can do that again. Oh, we got a call. That sucks because then this small short stack won't even fun for Jill. That sucks. Sevens. All right. Ace. Yes. Okay. We are in business. And we are at that stack depth where we can just fold and turn this into a profitable venture. Let's hope. I don't want to get like a hand like Jacks and have to potentially risk most of my stack. So we can I mean, we're not like solidly we still have some work to do. We're paying 31, we're in 28th, but we have chips now. So we can just be patient. We can wait for some other players to make mistakes. We're in good shape. King 10, no, it's the worst Broadway combo. Would have liked it if Fun for Jill was in there and maybe had a pair like eights or anything that's worth a shot that we could have maybe picked up a bounty and gotten a few more chips. But she is still there, so there's a chance we can go after it. Unfortunately, I don't know how much. I mean, I guess it could happen at any point. I mean, we could. The configuration can influence it in many ways, but she's like across the table from us, so it's a little bit less likely. She's like right directly in front, like so like this. I fold, but like it would have to be a hand like where she goes in and like everybody folds before, and she goes in, everybody folds, and then I have a hand like deuces that I could maybe catch her like with overcards because she should be jamming pretty wide. But that doesn't mean you can't have aces. Okay, so we're not really like bubbling yet. Um, let's see what the stack sizes are. Mm. So Fun for Jill is the short stack, and then there's like 80 to so 70. So there's really like 40th place is like where the short stacks kind of end and then it goes up. So I mean, there's some work to do here. It's only 10, 12 at night, but this could go on for a bit. It'll be helped along by the fact that there's bounties and there's some pretty decent bounties there, man. Like rock solid. That's a good one. $31. Fun for Jill has just got them in here. I check and we smash a flush. No. Oh, I don't love that spade. Okay. I mean, a flush probably bets there. We go for some value. Yeah, that's fine. And we can fold our small blind. And we can start getting some free hands. And hopefully some more players go out by the time it comes back around. We're now in 23rd. That's pretty good. We just got to play smart. We'll keep an eye on Fun for Jill there. But ultimately, hey, the key to winning and doing and being successful in these tournaments is winning your flips. And so far, it's been at least two, right? Were there three? Was there a third flip in there that we took down? And I want to say we had the overcards every single time, right? We did lose kings versus aces. That hurts. So really, it's overcards, over pairs, trash, low pairs, trash. So in an ICM type way, see, this is why being all the way across the table, like directly across the table from Fun for Jill, is so disadvantageous because we only get half the table to act. She's last to act. We don't know what's going to happen behind us. These are all like relatively sizable stacks. We didn't flop well anyway. And she folded. So, like, there's just not a lot of opportunities for us to isolate unless we have a monster. And then there's no guarantee she's going to be the one that calls. So we might have to just kind of let that bounty ride out and focus more on hitting the money and profiting that way. And then once we're in the money, we can reevaluate that bounty situation. But hey, if we get aces, the hand sort of plays itself. And she might be out before we even get a hand. She's really hanging on, though. There are actually two shorter stacks, so we're losing. We're starting to kind of lose players here. Get it down under 40 sooner than later. So yeah, this is another tournament that, again, nice structure, nice enrollment, prize pool, excellent. Money is definitely out there, and we seem to do fairly well. It could just be that we're hitting good variance in this on this site, because global probably would have blown us up by now. I do like global though. I feel like that I'm not gonna like just give up on global. They also have excellent tournament structures and good, good sized fields. Um, but yeah, we gotta find something that's like a 7p. So like they do have a nightly 7p. They have a couple. They have a 5k guaranteed. Why am I not playing that? 5k guaranteed. Is that gonna be too? Is that too long of a structure too? 10 minute. It's twice this, but it starts an hour and 40 minutes earlier. Yeah, I should be. It's just what's the? It's 100k chips. I've got. See, it's like less than 50. It's like 40 something. I've done this 100 times and I keep forgetting. It's stupid. Um, 5k. No, that's not it. 100k chips. No, we'll get out of there with fours. 100k chips divided by 2200. I didn't do that right. Divided by 2200. 45 bigs. I would come in, if I come in at 735, for instance, level 4, I'd have 45 bigs. And it's not like it's a bounty. It's a $11 5k guaranteed. There should be probably 500 runners. There'll be some big stacks by that point, but whatever. We can just play good poker. We only had 66 big blinds to start this, and we're 22 out of 41. Where what, 200 people entered? $208. And that starts at 7. There's 10-minute. That could be a little. It could go potentially dangerously long. So maybe try that on a Friday. We've already got this Friday kind of planned. I think this Friday will be more like it's an 8:15 start, which is kind of weird because I usually like try to log on at like 7:45. So I guess we just is a half hour of PLO too quick? I don't know. Ooh, I thought for a second there that PK check it with that weird sizing. I thought it was like an all in. I was like, oh no. Oh no, I just gave up bounty. Fun for Jill. 1.62. Like, I get it, but. Hey, if that's your strategy, just hang on as long as possible. Um, but you don't want to be in, like, yeah, I guess it's just more and more likely you're going to be all in against multiple players. And choose all in the next two hands. So, yeah. All right, let's see. 4-5. This isn't the hand, though. She's probably going to fold. Maybe not. I just figured she's asleep at the wheel. But it doesn't say she's sitting out. Was she just? Oh, there it is. The bounty we've all been waiting for. I'm kind of more excited that she's out because now we're closer to the money. Um, but we are down to 38. So let's see if there's any other 7-ish p.m. Yeah, 6:30, 1K guaranteed PKO. Okay, what's this one now? Starts at 6:30. See, like for a few weeks there. Well, I guess right. Well, so I guess the daylight savings kind of pushed everything back because right up until then, Lennon was like ready for bed by 7 o'clock. So we wouldn't have much of a problem getting her like teeth brushed, changed, read a couple books. By like 7:20, she was ready. She's done. And I go out, I wash the dishes, go grab some couple things out of the garage, take out the trash if we need to, pick up her toys, and then, by 7:30, let's go. We're in. Now it's like 7:30, which is only like 10, 15 minutes. 10:30, 7:35, 7:40 is really what I. So I guess it's only 10 minutes, but that can be. But if it's 7:40, then I got to set up the stream and I got to make sure that it's turned up. 7:45. All right, we're 5 away from the money. I think for the ICM here, we just try to get in the money. So yeah, like if I target 7:30 to 7:45, if I target 7:45 and figure out what is going on at that moment, like I can figure out what tournaments are available to me. I know there's like 2 already that are kind of available. And then of course the mystery bounties at 8. If there was an 8 p.m. like turbo, it'd be great, but they don't do turbo. The first turbo of the night is at 8:40. That's such. I know you want to get the California people in there, but my goodness, we can't do like a smaller one. Have it be an $11 500 guaranteed. Just get something there. Put something in the slot. I don't think there's anything in the 7. Oh, there is. Oh, let me read this. 1K guaranteed PKO, $5.50. Starts at 6:30. 8-minute blinds. Late reg. We get 100K. So 50 bigs at the end of level 4. That's 32. So that's only 702. So it's really level 8. 8 or 9. It's going to be 4. Not gonna have like 20-ish, 22 big blinds when I get in. It's like not enough. I mean, it's only $5. It's a PKO though. Oh yeah, so it's a PKO. I can't even consider that. I do have a pair. No chance at a bounty. I think I just let this go through and backdoor flush draw. Oh, blue. Ugh. I mean, maybe I have the best hand. Auto fold. Okay. All right. We pick up some chips. And there is one bounty is to our left, so that's okay. That means there's chances to isolate. But he's got enough chips so that we really don't want to risk it all just for the bounty at this point. He's got a $4 bounty, which is fine. But the payout, the min cash is more than that. So I guess we have to look at it kind of that way, but the bounties are going to be there. It's really the min cash, $10.50. We could use that. Not that we're broke, but we want to stay solvent longer than as long as possible. And we like this site. We want to do well on it. I don't want to have to feed it through Ignition, just in hopes of like getting that big score so that you can be profitable on it. No, I want to have it be its own economy. Global, we might have to just like kind of play that cheaply for a little while until we can right the ship. Oh, are we there? Oh, we're the red means we're on the bubble. So we're 21 out of 32. We're gonna go hand for hand. There's 4. I would assume 4 tables left. Oh, easy with ace. I mean, I'm fine. At this point, I'm still fine. I guess easy with ace. It's more likely we're gonna get to the money with with a stack like that out there. But we don't have anybody under 10 bigs. Oh, that's cool. It's the bubble, the status, the status. I don't know what that is. The status icon there. It's kind of reminds me of the WSOP mobile app. Some of the stuff on the site, but it turns red past 146 minutes from on the bubble. See, like old Bob would be an idiot and see an ace here and then see that I have less than 15 big blinds. Be like, I'm gonna try to win this thing and jam it and just have like everybody call you and just brick. And I'm not gonna get eliminated. I'm not gonna bubble this. I am going to be disciplined and smarter about this and not going to be um, not going to be impatient and I think that's probably why 20 years ago when I was playing online poker that I was just losing money. Make a big score here and there. Who doesn't, you know? But I just like enter like $20 sit and goes or $20 multi-table tournaments and just and lose my mind and just be like, oh well, get them next time. It's like no. So what was I looking at? An 8 p.m. start time or 7:40? Oh, so it's all in or fold, and then the guarantee fold. Like, cause all these satellites that are at 7 o'clock. Like, stop it! Oh, good lord! Oh, what? Oh man, what do we do? Oh, this is gross. We still have 32 in it. Oh no, we have to be. Oh boy. Well, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Yes. Oh. Oh. I felt a little bit better doing that with queens than I probably would have with jacks, obviously, but I was like, I think this is okay because really there's only three hands we're afraid of. But leave it to easy with ace to call with like king queen suited and just absolutely smash a flop like a king with a flush draw or something and just we'd be stone dead, like dead or one out. All right, so this guy should be doing this. He's just got such a massive lead. He kind of should be forcing his will for at least one or two shots to try to get down to the money and then open things up. It's 10:30 at night, so okay, worth noting. We're on the bubble a little before 10:30. And hopefully the bubble bursts no later than it. I think we're still on the bubble. Yeah, goodbye threes. Okay. He's got a pretty good bounty. Oh, wow. Ace King takes it down. Where's my full house? I wasn't even saying oh wow because like I wanted to enter that pot with threes. It was more like oh man, why like those hands needed to be flip flopped. Um, our threes were good. Um, that's fine though. I mean the bubble may burst at any moment here. We still are on the bubble. We're hand for hand, so there's no need to delay anything. Is D's over here? Is he gonna get too loose now? Is he too jacked up? He's gonna have like ace 10 or something. He's gonna be like, let me sneak into a pot and let me bet this flop where I might not be good. Or is this just check it down mode for these guys? Because it's like, well, who really has anything? I get a free flop. Hmm, not great. Rock solid. It'd be cool if you flopped something nice and could get it in against PK check it. That's not what we wanted. All right, well, we're still like 18 out of 32. We probably might be a little bit closer to 20, the low 20s now. Um, 19 out of 32. All right, so I mean, we only have 12 big blinds, but we're not like, I don't know. It's just a weird spot, and I feel like more and more tournaments get to those spots these days where like there's just so many stacks that are total like considered short stack. But I mean, the goal is to hang around as long as possible. So, and I think over time players have kind of figured that out more and more. That it used to be, you get, don't try to min cash. Don't be afraid of going out on the bubble. You're trying to win the tournament, so you want to try to win more, get it in and double up because that can be worth more in the long run. But I don't know, this whole hedge fund mentality of everything these days is, just min cashing more times is more valuable in the long run because in theory you're free rolling the tournament. I don't know if that's the way to describe it, but oh man, I think we gotta fold this. Like, oh man, this sucks. I think we gotta hope we gotta hope that one of these two guys, jams, which they won't. This guy's in a good spot, being in the big blind. Oh, this sucks because I want to isolate him, which would be a safe move. But this guy could be doing just about anything. Yeah, he called. All right. Well, good. We bricked it. I think it's the right play. I mean, we don't know what they have. It's possible they would have both folded to a jam, but I don't know. There seems to be mutual interest in this pot. Well, the right guy won, but would a jam have gotten both of them to fold? Probably. It's okay, though. We'll we'll make sure we get into the money here and then refocus our attention. I mean, it's good that we have a short stack at our table. He's got a bunch of free hands coming up, and hopefully this bubble burst before that. Another suited ace that would be nice to isolate against a small stack with, but it's not a great suited ace. Ace jack, maybe. But we folded ace queen on the button, didn't we? Yeah, you can't just try to sneak into these pots, especially with a monster stack out there. Come on, somebody. That hand ended quick, so. Ace queen again. Boza Kid isn't even like the low stack. There's 3 stacks lower than him, so there's really no reason. It sucks. I gotta fold these like good hands where I could make some chips. I mean, those two. Wow, look at those bounties. Jeez, rock solid. No, he's not gonna call off. I mean, it's only 5-minute blinds, and with it's going hand to hand, we're not going to see that many hands at each level. So, I mean, our stacks are just going to keep shrinking, getting closer and closer to each other at the bottom. And this is really where Easy with Ace there can pad his lead and really make a push for those top prizes. It's too bad. We really don't you don't want to be on the bubble for like a super long time when you don't have a lot of chips. All right, well, this is something. All in. Okay. Come on, Bozo. Let's go. All right. Ace is full. We've burst our bubble, and we've got another bounty available to us that we can really kind of go for now. All right. Let's get those hands that have been showing up. Where's our ace king? Boza Kid. I mean, Boza's got to hope that somebody who was shorter than him went out the same hand because, no, I don't know. Well, whatever. Oh, he did. Boza Kid. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah. I think they're going to give it to Boza. He bubbled. Good for him. I don't know him from anybody, but. Okay, now we need to see these. Now we need to see these ace queens. You know, these ace jack suited, these really good starting hands. Whoops. Oh, is it going to wait? Ooh. If it folds to us, I think we call. Come on. Blue. Blue. Ah. Well, we've made it to like the 2-hour mark in this thing. Fives are gonna hold, huh? Nope. Not with the jack showing up. So I mean, this sucks. See, laddering up was one of the goals, but also getting bounties was another goal, and sometimes they can kind of compete with each other a little bit. We really had a shot at $5 there, and the guy went out the next effing hand. I say we go in with this drawing hand for 4 bigs. It is, or do we not? And try to. We're 24th out of 27. Oh, there is a $2 ladder. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but against a raise. I don't know that we flop much there. Backdoors. Oh, okay. We're down to 26, so we're laddering a little bit. We got 4 bigs. We got a couple hands until the blinds. No. See, in a cash game, Well, you reload probably, but if you don't, you just kind of flick it in here and you kind of just try to double. But we're in the money, but there's ladders involved. I mean, I guess we get a few. We're 18 through 26 is the same. So 17 is really the next payout. Oh, was our 7. Oh man. That always bugs me a little bit when it's like, oh, you should just flick it and you have 4 big blinds and then you flop trips. All right. We're at a new level. We have 3 bigs. Good enough. They're all going to go for the bounty, right? Let's flop a flush. Hey, if we win, we're pretty good. Come on. I mean, it's not horrible. Give us. I don't think I wanted that 8. I think we missed. I think we unless we're up against Ace King and Ace Queen, and there's an all in who probably has us beat. So yeah, that's the 9 we needed. Well, it was a pretty good run. We made we made not even $4. Um, so hey, we had what turned out to be a halfway decent night at PLO, 25 level. We made a run in the tournament. It just didn't really the bounties we went for a couple that didn't quite make it happen with the aces versus kings, and then the isolation with the 3 of diamonds where we kind of had to go for it, and then we couldn't quadruple up with the with queen 8. So, but we like Bet Online. We'll keep looking for good tournaments to play. We'll carve out some time where we can get into a couple different ones, and hopefully make deep runs. So until that time, don't get mad.